So before we get into this next news, y'all should already know what to do. If you see the like button, smash on him and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber to the channel. Now, it's been a whole bunch of back and forth going on. I've been keeping y'all up with the news, what's going on with Pacquiao, with Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. All of their names been linked together with each other. Now, we continue to hear different news on Manny Pacquiao on who he gonna fight next. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's an article that just came out stating who Manny Pacquiao was looking to fight next. And I already had told y'all that he said that he didn't have no interest in fighting Errol Spence right now. His focus wasn't on Errol Spence. That news was false. If you go check out the video that I just did yesterday, I gave you the whole backstory behind that false news that had been coming out. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and read to y'all what Manny Pacquiao team had to say about his next opponent and who his next opponent is going to be and who he's looking at to have as his next opponent. It says, with the June 5th clash against Terrence Crawford dead in the water, Manny Pacquiao reportedly has a new target in mind. His business partner manager Arnold Vega-Fria posted a teaser on Instagram claiming Pac-Man would meet Mikey Garcia in Dubai later this year. Vega-Fria went on to tell ABS-CBN that they're still working on the date and venue, but that it would be between July to August. Now, y'all hear what the article said, right? Exactly like I had told y'all when y'all was running out here talking about all of this. Manny Pacquiao wants Errol Spence. Errol Spence is ducking Manny Pacquiao. All that fucking nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look like y'all look real ignorant out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look real silly and ignorant out here, right? Now, y'all heard, just like I had told y'all, I said he was going to go fight Mikey Garcia. Him and Mikey Garcia been in works for a long time. They tried to make that fight over a year ago. It didn't happen. You know, a lot of it had to do because of the money issue with no fans being in attendance and all of that. Now, when the Terrence Crawford news came out, if you go watch my live streams, I told y'all, I said Manny Pacquiao ain't gonna fight no Terrence Crawford. I said that's all some bullshit. And I explained why. I said, why would Manny Pacquiao, right, turn down a fight that's on the table with Mikey Garcia to go fight Terrence Bud Crawford, a much, much harder opponent, right? Coming off a 2-year layoff, sitting on the couch, doing whatever he doing in the Senate, you know what I'm saying? And jump in the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford when he had no intentions and never wanted to fight Terrence Crawford before. Y'all got to think about shit like this. Terrence Crawford had been chasing Manny Pacquiao for almost 7 years. 7 years ago, 6 years ago, Manny Pacquiao was much closer to his prime than he is now. Manny Pacquiao was active. Manny Pacquiao's not active anymore, coming off a long layoff. Probably this is the longest layoff in Manny Pacquiao's entire career. And Manny Pacquiao has been fighting professionally since he was probably like 15 or 16 years old. So what would make y'all think that he was gonna fight Terrence Bud Crawford, you know, coming off a long layoff like that? And I explained that to you, right? Turn down a Mikey Garcia fight, which is a much easier fight for Manny Pacquiao. The styles match up much more, you know, in favor of Manny Pacquiao. And I'm not saying that Mikey Garcia is an easy fight, because Mikey Garcia is a monster. Mikey Garcia is a hell of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the size, the stylistic matchup for Manny Pacquiao, it favors Manny Pacquiao. Plus Mikey Garcia, he's on a layoff, right? Mikey Garcia haven't fought in a while. He ain't fought in over a year. Mikey Garcia has definitely been sitting around on the couch because he blew up in weight, right? Mikey Garcia came out probably I think earlier this year or sometime last year and said that he was definitely fighting Manny Pacquiao next. He even went as far as to say that the fight was like 99% done. You see what I'm saying? So Mikey Garcia doesn't have a track history of lying. He don't have a track history of bringing out false information. So that lets you know right there is that the Mikey Garcia fight had almost been done way before. But, like I told y'all, it just didn't fall through because of the money situation with no fans being in attendance and all of that. The pandemic, right in the middle of a pandemic and everything, right? So it just didn't materialize, right? So, but still, Mikey Garcia held out all of this time, didn't come back with a fight. Manny Pacquiao held out all of this time. He didn't come out with a fight. You know what I'm saying? So that should have let y'all know right there. Ain't now one of them fought. They must gonna fight each other. I've been telling y'all that. It wouldn't make no sense, right? Not having a title for Manny Pacquiao to go fight a dangerous fight like Terrence Bud Crawford. A man that's still in his prime. A man that's much bigger than Manny Pacquiao. And coming off a 2-year layoff. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense for him to fight Mikey Garcia, somebody that's the same size as him, somebody that's been on a long layoff just like him, and somebody that's coming up from a lower weight classes just like he did. You feel me? And not only that, is like I had told y'all, if he fights Mikey Garcia, he was going to make the same amount of money that he would fighting Bud Crawford or even more. Because a lot of people will argue that Mikey Garcia probably has a bigger following than Bud Crawford. Just because due to the fact of the Mexican fan base is going to buy Mikey Garcia's fights. They're going to buy the fight. All y'all pretend Terrence Bud Crawford fans, right? A lot of y'all motherfuckers is pretend Bud Crawford fans because when he fighting, y'all not paying to see him fight when he on pay-per-view. You dig what I'm saying? The numbers just don't lie. You can say what you want, but the numbers don't lie. So, all of that was debunked, but I tried to tell y'all on my live streams. I done had debates with cats about that Terrence Crawford wasn't going to land this fight. I done had debates with his own family trying to tell them that Manny Pacquiao was going to play Terrence Crawford and that he wasn't going to land no Manny Pacquiao fight. I kept trying to tell everybody. So that was off the table. You know what I'm saying? To me, it wasn't never on the table, but y'all can, believe what y'all want to believe. Then this Errol Spence news came up and I came out, right, the next day and debunked all of that after an article came out and let y'all know that Manny Pacquiao and his team denied all of that. They denied it. You know what I'm saying? His team said that the rumors were false. He didn't want to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence was not a fighter that was on his mind right now, and that they threatened to sue. They threatened to sue whoever, was acting like that they're representing Manny Pacquiao and coming out with that false information. Now, here it is. Like I told y'all. Now, the only thing that sounds fishy to me with this Mikey Garcia shit, because it says that Dubai, they're looking to stage this fight in Dubai in July or August, right? When I hear Dubai, it's like I don't even really want to hear that shit because every time we hear something about Dubai, it's false. We hear Eddie Hearn coming out with all these Dubai investors. Ain't nobody came up with shit. We heard Bob Arum kept telling you all the Dubai investors with Pacquiao and Bud Crawford. That shit didn't come out to be true. But what I did say on one of my live streams, I said, if Dubai investors are going to be involved, I said, no Dubai investors is going to put money in seeing Manny Pacquiao face Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, why would they put money to see Manny Pacquiao face Terrence Crawford if they have a Mikey Garcia fight on the line? Right? It makes more sense. So, I believe this a lot more than I did the Terrence Crawford news. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, all of that Terrence Crawford shit is false. All of that Errol Spence shit, I already let y'all know that is false. But yeah, Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia, I think it's going to happen. When is it going to happen? We have to see, especially if Manny Pacquiao is going to wait till July. They saying sometime in July or August. And we know how boxing is. If they say July or August, it's probably more towards August or September. We know how boxing do. So, that's a long layoff for a 42-year-old man to not be in the ring getting hit with 10-ounce gloves on. That's a long layoff. And don't sleep on Mikey Garcia. If we could get the same Mikey Garcia, right, that we would see in the ring at 140 pounds, Manny Pacquiao got a problem on his hands because Mikey Garcia is the younger fighter. And Manny Pacquiao, he has problems with counterpunchers. Think back to Marquez. Think back all of the tough fights that he had with Marquez. Marquez was a superb counterpuncher that knew how to time you. That's Mikey Garcia's whole game. Mikey Garcia is a sharp, accurate puncher, but his biggest attribute is he knows how to time you. He knows how to time you. So this is going to be a tough fight. I do favor Manny Pacquiao if we get the same Manny Pacquiao that we got in the ring with Keith Thurman. But honestly, we don't know what Manny Pacquiao we're going to get in the ring. Because like I said, that man been on a 2-year layoff. But we kind of on even playing fields because Mikey Garcia been on a long layoff himself. I believe Mikey Garcia probably hasn't fought in a year and a half. It's going to be close to 2 years when Mikey Garcia get back in that ring. And it's going to be, 2.5 years when Manny Pacquiao get back in the ring. So they both, they both going to have us on the edge of our seats because we don't know what's going to happen. But it's a great fight. Myself, like I said earlier on my live stream, I would much rather see Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman fight just because that fight was a hell of a fan-friendly fight. Keith Thurman claimed that he was injured in that fight, and now they would be on even playing fields. When Manny Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao was active. Keith Thurman was not active. Keith Thurman had one warm-up, tune-up bout with Josecito Lopez, and other than that, Keith Thurman hadn't fought in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? He hadn't fought in over 2 years. But now it would be on even playing fields. I would love to see a rematch. It was a close fight. I did think that Manny Pacquiao won the fight. He did edge it out, but it was a close fight. And it was a fight that already did very good pay-per-view numbers. It did big pay-per-view numbers. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a fight that if investors put their money into that they will be gambling on. You know what I'm saying? You already know the numbers. And then you would think that the second fight would even do better numbers. You see what I'm saying? I mean, look at Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury 2. That fight did way bigger numbers than Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury 1, just because it had a big history behind them, it had a story behind it. So, like I said, once again, more news on Manny Pacquiao comes out. Manny Pacquiao team let y'all know that he don't have no interest in Errol Spence. Right? That was all a lie. And Manny Pacquiao is now looking at Mikey Garcia again. They trying to get this fight in Dubai in July or August. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation going on with Manny Pacquiao and who he's going to fight every other week. And drop a comment. Make sure that you like this video and sub to the channel if you're not already a sub. I'm out.